What are your feelings about what it's saying there? What are your feelings about AI in game development? I'm very positive about it, but many consumers have a negative outlook. Okay, am I really going to have to talk about AI again in this in this live stream? Um, okay, here's the thing. I think, and I might have a controversial take on this, but I do think that AI has a could by theory AI can be used to do something great with game development if we know how to use it correctly. I think I had to like really think about this for a little bit, but I realized now that that AI can have some sort of use uh, in one way or another. I just don't think it's useful for it's not supposed to be used in the way that 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 big companies say that you should be using it for, which is as a replacement for like people's jobs and stuff. Um, because here's the thing, I did kind of attended a seminar with a with a dentist aunt of mine, and in their line of work, they were also using AI in different ways, but not as a way to replace humans, but more so as a tool that we should be using it as, which I think should be what AI is supposed to be. It's not supposed to be a replacement for for humans, but more so a tool that we should be using. I don't like the fact. Here's the thing. I think the reason why AI is in a very bad light right now, it's marketed in a way that it's supposed to be a replacement for actual critical thinking in our field, which is not supposed to be the way we should be thinking about AI. AI is like a tool. It should be used as a tool. I don't think people should be using it as a as a replacement for real human labor, because I don't know, like I need to word myself really quick, really carefully here, because I don't use, in my opinion, I don't use AI in any of my in any of my workflows, but I am starting to understand why people would use AI in their work, because essentially AI is just a it's just that next level technology that we are kind of trying to make a way, in a way, because I imagine like people who are against AI to be the same people who are against like the internet back in the day, when computers are starting to become like a normal thing in the market. And people are, and I remember back then, I think people were also thinking, yo guys, freaking the internet, it will replace all of the things that we are doing in our current day-to-day lives. And to me, I think, nah, that's not how it happened. What actually happened is that AI just became something that just got integrated into our daily lives, and no people and no jobs really have been taken away from people in a way. So yeah, that's my take on artificial intelligence. It's not a replacement for human labor, but it does improve some aspects of it, just not in the way that we think that it should be used for, is what I'm saying. I guess some things that AI is not supposed to be used for is as a replacement for game devs. But I do imagine it to be a tool for game devs in the future, in one way or another. I'm not sure how, but it's like, you know, I mean, we accept new technology all the time. Why are we not accepting AI at this point? And I guess another thing that I guess kind of I don't like about AI is that they steal people's work, which is, I guess, another reason why I'm not using AI on my thing, on my workflow. I don't like stealing people's work if that's that's something that they do not consent for. But in theory, if AI is able to ethically obtain information in their language models and are able to say, I don't know, 'cause I heard there's just also this theory that AI is also kind of destroying our environment. But then I saw some people articles and people online saying that that's not really the case, when there's also much bigger industries out there that's destroying the environment more than AI. But aside from that, if AI is able to like ethically source their information from somewhere, then I would consider AI as a tool that one can use to better their workflow. But aside from that, I think AI is kind of in a shitty mood right now, because when you think of AI, you just think of people replacing humans, because that's the way people advertise AI to be, as a thing to replace critical thinking. But really, I think AI is supposed to be used in a different way, not in the way that it is being marketed as, but as a tool for people to use, not as a replacement for people, as a tool. I want to highlight that I want AI to be used not as a replacement, but as a tool that that we can still use our critical thinking with to make the world a better place, I guess. Is that clear? I'm not sure if that's clear. But yeah, again, I don't use AI just because the freaking community around AI just freaking is a pain in the ass. And by freaking supporting AI, I just kind of associate I associate people who just doesn't like putting quality into their work, because that's really what AI really is right now. It's just AI as a technology is great, but the people around it is just fucking awful. It's just freaking awful, which is why I don't use AI. AI is just freaking using AI would mean associating yourself with people that don't know how to use AI. But I do understand that there is a positive use for AI. It's just that the way that AI users use AI is just freaking horrible to me. As a replacement for humans, nah, I don't want that to be the case. Yeah, so that's my opinion. It really is it really does come down to the community of the people that use it. You know, it's what I think really is the main problem with AI right now. It's the community. It's the community that kind of makes that kind of promotes AI. Is the problem. But yeah, if AI is able to solve those things, I would, I guess, agree to using AI. I sort of hesitate there because it does kind of feel like I am a fence sitter when it comes to artificial intelligence. But really, though, I mean, come on, guys, that really is what critical thinking is when it comes to anything. You gotta be a fence sitter to weigh the positive and negatives with artificial intelligence. Because in the dentistry field, they are using a artificial intelligence for good things that doesn't involve people replacing other people. And if we look at it in that light, as a tool that we can use, that's made up of information that we actually sourced instead of replacing people with it, I think AI can be used to do a lot of good things. Is what I'm saying. Frick, I think this will be clipped at some point or something. But yeah, that's just my theory. Frick, that's the reason why I'm still not using AI. It's a lot of it is just a very touchy subject to most people, and we can't separate the use of AI without talking about the culture around and the discourse around AI. It sucks. And I guess another reason why I don't use AI is because I just have fun. I'm just having fun not using it. I just figure out how tools work on its own without relying on a freaking voice of some language model to tell me what to do. Because something I also realize is that when you already figure out everything, things just get kind of boring. In a way, life just gets boring when you already know everything in life. So when I try to learn something, I try not to look into language. I try not to rely on things like Gemini or ChatGPT with all of my answers. In fact, if I had the choice, I would try to maybe look up an article to figure out how I can do the things that I'm doing. Like for example, with Godot, I make sure I sometimes read the Godot documentation instead of relying on tutorials, because I feel like tutorials are just the easy answer, and the easy answer is not always the fun way to figure things out on your own, which is why I sometimes go for the Godot documentation, because it feels like I'm a freaking hacker when I read the Godot documentation. Plus, it's much cooler that way, in my opinion. I don't know, the way we should freaking AI. My position in AI is very complicated. I just sort of wish that AI is not linked to this sort of toxic discourse online wherein we replace humans with it. I don't like that. Nor do I like the idea that we should be stealing people's work in order to improve the advancements of AI. So yeah, that's my opinion of it. And also, guys, don't use AI for learning stuff. Don't heavily rely on AI for education and stuff. That's just not the way to go, in my opinion. How do I say this? Because it's not all the time that AI gets right, and when it comes to the things that they teach you. Like for example, I once typed into Google how to initialize a window into Raylib, and when I finally got the search results, freaking Gemini popped into my search results for some reason and started typing to me a reason why my window isn't initializing in Raylib, and it told me to update the drivers and stuff in my freaking computer. So I did that just before the stream, by the way. I updated my graphics driver of my GPU, and while that did at least update my graphics card driver, it did not fix the problem that I was experiencing, which is the fact that I wasn't able to initialize a window into Raylib. So to sort of try to fix that, I just tried to troubleshoot stuff on my own, and after experimenting with Raylib and all of that, I began to realize that I could just change the window size of my game, because my monitor size is not 1920 by 1080 as indicated by freaking clear code over here. So I changed that, and I realized that I freaking found that solution on my own. And it also goes to show that that AI can also give you the wrong answers, as much as in the same way that a search engine can also give you wrong answers if you don't really give them the right questions or prompts. Which is why, again, you should not be using AI for general educational stuff. you should still be willing to search the questions on your own, and don't. And yes, that's also a reason why I again say that that AI is not supposed to be a replacement for critical thinking in our in the work that you do day to day. You should still be willing to supervise what AI gives you and see whether the thing that they do is the answer that they give you is either right or wrong. Anyway, quick one. Is there anything else I want to say about AI? uh, because we can't separate AI without having to go down to the specific stuff that kind of makes it good and bad at the same time. I guess a good example of how AI can be used well in the workplace is because I attended this freaking seminar about digital dentistry with my auntie, and the way they use AI is basically just to, well, it's basically just for stuff that they use in their specific CAD software, wherein if they want to place a crown of a patient's tooth correctly, they would rely on AI to do all of the initial stuff to put a crown into their patient's teeth. But then again, though, all the work, but then again, though, they still have to like tell the CAD software how the crown would look like and how the what's it called, the how to say this, the position and the rotation of the crown would look like, and the AI will only just be there to give you like the final adjustments. And how they set up this crown is not by, you know, typing something down in the computer. They actually have to do something like in Blender, wherein you have to like sculpt the teeth and rotate it as how it is in like in Blender in a way. And the only use that AI has is on very very minor things. And even after the AI does its thing, the dentist or the dental technician still has to adjust a little bit of the things that they do. So they do use AI, but the way that they teach or market AI in medicine is entirely different from the way AI is being marketed to artists and game developers as of right now. It's it's that's the reason why I think that AI can be used for good, because I came to realize now that the way we market AI to the gaming and art industry is such is such an ass way to do so. Unlike with medicine, wherein they do understand that doctors and dental technicians are still a needed thing in the workflow when it comes to integrating yourself to AI. You just have to you just have to know that as a dentist or a technician using AI, you now sort of regulate yourself to be the supervisor of the things that AI sort of does to you, instead of heavily relying on it to do all the work for you. So yeah, that's my opinion in AI. I really don't know what else to say about that. I'm not totally against it, nor am I totally into it. I just think that the community just sucks. The AI community, the community around AI just kind of sucks. That's my whole opinion about it. Anyway, frick, where was I in freaking Raylib?